Previously on Search4Hurt, the team formed an alliance with two others from Hurt Camp, Adam and Marley. They're currently halfway through Mountain Design's GeoQuest Adventure Race, which it seems the team will be taking the whole 48 hours to complete. The problem started just 5 minutes in.
I'd already punctured my tyre.
And had to backtrack heaps.
What'd you do with Cap and Marley?
They're not back? No.
They're not really pumping up very quickly.
We didn't have a map. We didn't finish the checkpoint. What do? Like, we were stranded. Adam didn't get any sleep because his back was hurting.
We've got to make sure he's okay.
Yep.
You know, that's the wrong kind of hurt that we're searching for.
Oh no, that sounds pretty good right now.
It's early morning, and Adam is now realising he's definitely suffered an injury.
Adam's back, he's killed him. He's done some he's got some nerve damage or something like that. Yeah, my knee's been playing up, and Leah was falling asleep on a bike and sitting out. Once the cold hits and you stop moving, it's almost game over. It just has to be continuance.
It's only going to slow the rest of the guys down, so I might have to swallow my pride a little bit and sit it out. I don't want to let the team down, don't want to let myself down or everyone involved. But
However, the team cannot dwell on this forever. There's still an empty finish line sitting there, all alone and waiting.
We've still got to head over to our checkpoint. Only a couple of Ks out, but we've got kayak next. Really looking forward to it. It's going to get another part of the body moving, upper body, and I think it'll just get everyone back in the mood. So let's go, kayak it is.
The team arrive at the checkpoint. They head over and talk to the race officials about their situation.
You need a crew member to come on board with you. You can't do one on your own because of safety reasons. Called up HQ, they said to him, if the individual feels like he's capable of steering and manning the craft by himself, let him go. So I've done kayaking for an hour and a half. I know Jared's probably, our mentor's probably watched this going, you are stupid. But we're going to take the risk because what is it? It's Search4Hurt. We got this.
You should go. This is the whole cat.
Paddling alone in a two-man kayak is not ideal, but it's not long before Pap notices something strange about his paddles.
I like big butts that I like that. This is awkward.
Pap's paddles are facing opposite directions, which are requiring him to spin the paddle pole for each paddle he takes.
Are you like twisting your paddles? It's not right?
Leah gives Pap directions on how to adjust his paddles.
Oh, thank the Lord.
After just over an hour of kayaking, they need to pull up on the shore and carry their kayaks across land for just over 2 kilometres. This is known as portage.
Once we did the first landing with the kayaks, we had a 2K trek in front of us. We had to take 2 heavy kayaks between 3 people, and this is where we were tested. This is where the teamwork came in and open communication. We ended up finding a very efficient way, after some trial and error, how to transport these 2 kayaks to our destination.
2 kilometres later, Pap was struggling due to paddling solo, but they all eventually reached their checkpoint.
I started to fall asleep in the last kilometre. I was doing these ones. Had my head chin rested there. We refueled, resupplied, reassessed what was going on. We knew that we had a massive bike ride ahead of us, and we had to make a critical decision. Do we go out west in the scrubland and navigate our way around when we clearly had no idea what we were doing, take maybe triple the time, and maybe get ourselves stuck in a tricky situation? Or do we beeline it on the Pacific Highway and just go for gold to the next checkpoint? So the state that we were all in, I think we chose the latter half was a good idea. So we just got on our bikes and we just went as fast as we could on the Pacific Highway, which turned out to be a bit scary. We had trucks racing past us, maybe 2 foot away.
Now, you're mixing cars and trucks. When you're fatigued and a driver is fatigued as well, it's a recipe for disaster. So unless it's an absolute medical emergency, that's the only time you would ever go out of bounds in an event.
Pacific Highway,
I was absolutely petrified. This was a scary thing for me.
Leah was packing it.
I wouldn't normally ride on the road, wouldn't want to be out there at night, so we needed to do this quickly.
The team have been riding for just over an hour, but they're starting to notice some punishing pains on their backsides.
My backside was hurting something chronic. You know, sort of hit that point where I was like, I just don't want to do this anymore.
Your butt is pretty much the same as your feet. It just gets hardened up. The more hours you spend in the saddle, the harder that skin gets.
Look, all I can say is that you can cancel the TV show, it's finished. I found the hurt. It's on my backside and it's caused by lots and lots of mountain bike riding.
That was like K's on the bike that I've never done before.
Okay, so we've been riding for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Still haven't reached destination.
How long is this ride going to take? So we kept thinking to ourselves, oh, just around the next corner we're going to be there. Just around the next, for 3 hours we kept saying that. And there was cars flying everywhere, you're hungry, everyone's backsides was sore, we had to take breaks. We've just felt like, I went to hell and back on that ride.
Coming up, the team just can't get a break. And further ahead, Olympians, 2 of them. Search4Hurt wants to learn and train with the best in the field. There's only 3 left in the GeoQuest team, as Adam's pulled out with a back injury. Night has fallen, and they've taken the dangerous option of the highway, and although very risky, they thankfully made it unscathed to their next major checkpoint. They now head straight over to their support crew to prepare themselves for their second last leg of the race, which is more kayaking, but this time in the dark and the cold of night.
3 fleece, 4 5 6 jackets.
6 jackets?
6 jackets and put a waterproof jacket over the top. Wanted to make sure that I was going to be warm, but also needed to stay dry. The guys started layering up. Pap, on the other hand,
I got a t-shirt, fleece and jacket.
but we needed to make sure that we were prepared for this kayak leg.
Okay, so we just wanted for safety measures because it's night. We're just tying off the front of my nose. I'm going to be behind these 2 guys and we're going to tie it to their tail so we can always stay in close proximity.
The last thing these guys need is an involuntary game of hide and seek. Smart decisions do pop out every now and then.
Yeah, we can do this.
Pap decided to jump in first. This was hilarious.
Oh, shit!
The team really needs to prevent themselves from getting wet. If they get lost again and stay wet, then it's game over in this cold environment.
All right, guys, we'll see you Thursday.
Hey, Pap, you got a paddle?
Yep.
I tried to take off a few layers whilst the other guys were tying me, and I put my weather jacket, a wet weather jacket, on my lap, and as they pulled, it fell into the river. I was drenched from waist to toe like everybody else, but I also had this wet weather jacket and my sweaty thermal top keeping me really cold as well.
We had a massive issue. We'd been paddling, I think, 10 Ks, and the water was just dripping down jacket sleeves. Our legs were saturated. Thermals on, had used all of our dry clothes.
With the team in bad shape, they decide to pull off to the riverbank, go find a place to get some warmth, and call for help.
We actually made an emergency call to HQ for the guys to come pick us up. We were huddled under the emergency blankets for the second time. Never used one before in my life and used 2 in 48 hours. It was a bit scary again.
The support crew are notified and now racing towards the team's approximate location.
So working together with the support crew, getting our team back on board, getting our team focused, all the necessary equipment back together, pulling the kayaks and everything out of the water. We reassessed the situation, we said we can do this 11 more Ks, we can cross the finish line and we can get this race done.
11K run. Yeah, we'll make it to the end and it's been a big couple of days.
All right, so 11 more Ks and we're at the finish of the GeoQuest and that will be almost 45 hours, about 43 hours I reckon. Thanks for everything, guys.
The team set off on the final leg of the GeoQuest.
Just jog it nice and slow, should be able to punch it out in less than an hour.
We only had 10 Ks, 11 Ks, how hard could it be? Just one straight road, straight to the finish line. That's what we said every time. How hard could this be? Look at the map. It's going to be simple. That direction, then you're there.
So we've just started our final leg. Really looking forward to that finish line. We've actually just taken a wrong turn.
We were there, and we didn't realise that, you know, after not sleeping for 40 plus hours, your mind starts playing tricks on you.
That was even before we'd really started. It was just silly mistake, really tired, under fatigue, and just kept walking straight. We're on a fire trail, and we're actually looking for a bitumen road.
And we couldn't run, everyone's knees were busted, so we're trying to power walk, and we're like, this is happening so slow, this is going to take forever. And then I end up just doing the whole tactical sleep on the feet walk. And then Leah goes, Pap, yeah, what's going on? And I was sleepwalking the whole way there.
All right, so we are almost 41 hours later. We look back to this road in front of us down here, exactly where Leah's tyre popped.
It took us maybe 2 hours to do a 10K track, which is ridiculous. And we finally saw the finish line. I'm like, guys, we are here. We're gonna make it. Let's do this together.
Well done, guys. It's not how you make it to the end, it's the journey that counts, right?
Wow, that was huge.
Huge. Oh shit.
This is hands down the hardest thing I've ever done.
And only through working together, having a great support crew, that we were able to finish this event.
But I want to do it again. Just going to make sure I'm better prepared.
As amazing as it was the hardest thing I've ever done.
After the break, Matt reveals the next event. Another one they've never done before. And we eventually meet up with a ski cross Olympian.
Debrief from GeoQuest. This would be the furthest that Search4Hurt has thrown you in the deep end.
We spoke to other teams, and some of them, these experienced crew, was their 6th or 7th time doing the GeoQuest because previously they haven't finished. And you know, they come back and back and back knowing checklist, this is what we do next time, this is how we better prepare ourselves. So with months and years and
we just throw you in.
It's like I don't want people at home see us skipping checkpoints going, oh, they just didn't really do it properly, or you know, they're not fit or not trying hard enough. Hopefully people can recognise saying, well, that must be really hard, because I take my hat off to every single adventure racer. They do such a good job.
Whole race pushes you. So you've got to work together, but there are times obviously where you're stepping on one another's toes.
You're tired.
Yeah.
Hungry.
When you're tired and hungry and you've all got opinions. I mean, if you're lost.
Well, you'll be relieved to know that your next event's not 48 hours. It's not even 24 hours. Obviously it's getting quite cold in New South Wales. So we're heading north, all the way to Townsville. Our next event is an Olympic distance triathlon.
The Townsville Triathlon is an Olympic distance event. It's Australia's fastest Olympic distance course, located on the tropical east coast of North Queensland. Another event the guys have never done before, especially in a fast-paced competitive race.
So we've got Olympic triathlete, Nicole Hackett.
Nicole Hackett, a triathlete who finished top 10 at the 2000 Summer Olympics and won the bronze medal at the 2002 Commonwealth Games.
Married to Kieran Barry, who's one of Australia's leading triathlon coaches, as your mentors. Their main focus with you guys is going to get you to get through the 1500 metre swim at the triathlon, along with a couple of other 1,000 people at the race so you don't drown.
So we're at the entrance baths on the New South Wales Central Coast to meet Nikki and Kieran to get an assessment on their swimming technique.
Okay, so 30 days from today, you're racing Olympic distance triathlon.
Yeah, apparently, I know.
Like, any more than 30 days is just way too much to prepare for something. Oh, yeah, you don't want any more, do you, Nikki?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Nikki's husband, Kieran Barry, is the national talent coach for Triathlon New South Wales.
So it sounds like you're fit enough to bike and run.
Yeah.
So we just need to get in the pool and have a look and see what we can do.
After some slight encouragement, Leah and Paps suck it up and brave the cold winter's water. With each lap, Nikki and Kieran are noticing more and more technical areas they can improve on. including Paps' breathing technique.
You need to have your head down and just turning to the side, but while your face is down, you need to be blowing bubbles out constantly.
After a few more laps, the rain begins to set in, and their mentors huddled under an umbrella to get a visit from their old friend, Matt Murphy.
Hello, Matt. How are you? Good to see you. All right. So I had a cheeky look from up at the balcony, and Leah, I knew had some skills in the pool. Perhaps not as bad as I thought.
Leah does swim quite well. Paps not a complete disaster. The guy's fit, he's strong, but you can see with his strength that's actually a bit of an issue. He's very upper body dominant, and that's affecting his recovery. It affects the length of his stroke and his body position as well.
Nikki has moved Leah and Pap onto a drill called catch-up, designed to regulate each arm's stroke to improve their timing.
So we're doing catch-up. So catch-up is where at the front our hands touch before the other hand leaves. So each stroke you're touching the other hand.
Pap and Leah move through their catch-up drill, but it's not long before Pap's existing shoulder injury and lack of wetsuit in these cold winter conditions is getting the better of him. So Matt, being caring as always, offers to massage the problem area.
One of the things we've all noticed, including you, Matt, obviously, is when Pap comes off the wall, he doesn't get into streamline, so he never gets that feel of the really good body position. So I'd like it if you could get in there and show him exactly how it looks and how you want him to come up through the water and then start his swim stroke. That was better, that was a lot better. Okay, Pat, I made a decision, mate. I think that's enough for you. All right, get out of the water, get yourself warm, okay, because I think we're going to have some issues with you if we don't get you out now.
And since Pap is loving the cold, after the break, we'll send him to the snow.
So we thought to acclimatise Pap for the triathlon in Townsville, we thought, why not just send him to the snow for a session and mess with his body?
Pap has jumped on a flight and headed to Victoria at snowy Mount Buller to meet up with a Winter Olympian.
I just do what I do. I just do what I do. I don't know about you. I just do what I do.
Right in the middle of winter, I'm really excited to see what Anton gets us involved with today.
Anton Grimus is an Olympic ski cross racer from Mount Buller, Victoria. He competed in ski cross at the World Ski Championships in 2013 and at the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi.
Well, yeah, ski cross is a tough sport. There's 4 people going down a hill at one time. We've got jumps, we've got turns. We got to ski a lot, but also we've got to be strong and capable to sustain all the bumps. Today we're going to go down in the gym. We're going to do a strength and endurance session.
I was kind of a little bit scared. I had no idea what I was up against. So Anton took us to his gym and he explained to me what I had in front of me. He said that this is the worst conditioning session that him and his team did to prepare for the Winter Olympics.
All right, Pat, first up we've got the box jump and then you're going to be doing a bench pull. Thirdly, we've got the abdominal hold. Fourth exercise is bench press, so we're going to be doing 60 kilos today, so hopefully, Pat, you can get those 200 reps out. And lastly, to get your legs working a bit, we've got a dumbbell lunge.
It was 5 exercises back to back. Your first round of these 5 exercises was 6 repetitions each, and then the next round 7, then 8, and so on and so forth to 15, then back down to 6, non-stop for time.
Straight out of the gate, Pap is progressing through the exercises at a quick pace. He'll be completing over 1,000 reps made up of each of the 5 exercises and may struggle to keep his level of intensity throughout each set. Noticing Pap's quick pace, Anton steps in to ensure Pap is maintaining correct form in each of the disciplines.
Looking like he's hurting a fair bit, so I think we've got the right spot on.
Your weight on every exercise stays the same, so first few sets might have been easy, but as you work your way through the program, it feels like they triple in weight.
As difficult as the big guy is finding it, Anton seems to be enjoying putting him through this punishing workout.
This.
Set after set is becoming more laboured for Pap to complete, and the little rest between each is taking its toll on the big guy.
Anton has a horrific program.
I could compare that pain to the zoo session I did with the Encore system, but that was 8 to 10 minutes. This was 60 minutes of just agony, painstaking agony. There was moments where I just wanted to give up.
Man, probably 30 minutes in.
But even though the reps are decreasing, the amount of fatigue he's experiencing has compounded the effort required for each discipline. When Anton explains how close he is to the finish, Pap digs deep and finds that extra bit of motivation.
6 rounds to go. Punch it out.
This is what it's about. Never take easy street. Woo.
Get it up, buddy. 196, 197, 198, 199, 200. Box jumps done. $1,000, mate. Good job. Good job, buddy.
Thanks, bro.
Get some water into you.
Thanks, man. Holy moly. There's nothing like reaching red line in your heart rate, 180 beats per minute plus, and then forcing yourself to keep going. You can stop, you can bring it back down, you can let your muscles rest for a little while, but if you want a good time and you want to make progress, you're gonna have to be tough here and push and push.
The pain didn't stop there. There was a second session at the summit of the mountain.
That's right. Next time on Search for Hurt, Pap finishes the session by heading out into the snow. And it's no walk in the park. Literally. And while Pap's away, Matt Murphy trains Leah, all to get them fit and prepared for the Townsville Triathlon. But for one of the two, the dramas started even before it began.